could still smell it in my hair after he had gone. A powerful mixture of Old Spice and beer, of course. Then Mom closed the door, and he stood there in front of it, muttering something, and then staggered into the taxi that was waiting for him. That was almost a year ago. I take my penknife out of the desk drawer and turn to face the box. It doesn't smell only of oil, but also as if it was kept in a cold hold under stacks of oranges and soap. I stick the blade of the knife into one corner and calmly slice through the cardboard. 2 coal-black eyes stare at me from the depths of the box through a mass of hay and crumpled newspaper. A sharp, curved beak looks as if it's snatching at me. I jump to my feet and my heart skips a beat, and my knees wobble like they're about to fall off. I take cover behind the desk, bend a little, and try to figure out what it is. I can make out 2 wings from behind the straw, poised for flight. It's a stuffed falcon, with a gaping beak, beady black eyes, and sharp claws firmly clutching a piece of red volcanic rock. I kneel on the floor and cautiously stretch my sweaty hands into the straw, drag the falcon out, and place him up on the desk. The falcon stares at me with his fiery eyes as I drop into my desk chair. This is the greatest birthday present anyone has ever given me. And what's more, this isn't just any falcon. No ordinary stuffed falcon that anyone could pick up at an antique shop covered in dust and muck. No, this is a famous falcon who's been on TV, and whose picture has appeared in the press, and who's squawked in interviews on the lunchtime news on the radio. This is Christian the Ninth, in person. Well, what's left of him. He tumbled onto the Orca, the ship Dad works on, sometime last year, and was named after a cook called Christian the Ninth, because he was the 9th cook who had worked on the ship. The bird was exhausted, and more dead than alive, but Dad nursed him back to life and fed him. And the falcon became so fond of him that no one else but Dad was allowed to go near him. When the ship pulled into harbor, the local press was waiting for them, and the falcon sat on my father's shoulder like a parrot on some fierce pirate and ate raw meat. When the time came to release him again, the bird refused to leave and flew back onto the ship and sat on the bridge. When the ship sailed back out to sea, the falcon was still on board. And when Dad came up on deck, the bird flew off the bridge and perched on his shoulder. They were inseparable. But on one trip, the bird got sick and refused to eat. By the time the ship came back to land, the falcon was in the care of his namesake, the cook, inside an icebox. And now Dad has had him stuffed to give to me as a birthday present. Thinking about it, I realized that it could only have been Dad who'd snuck into my room with the box. Does that mean that he's staying with Auntie Carol as he normally does when he's ashore? Or has he maybe gone to the country, where Susie, his new girlfriend, lives? There is a piece of string tied around one of the falcon's legs with a small note attached. On it is a message written with an almost inkless ballpoint pen. To Mr. Josh Stephenson, a very happy birthday. Your Dad. If I were just a tiny bit older, I'm sure I wouldn't have these tears in my eyes. It's the words, your dad, that bring out the girl in me and make me weak all over again. Even though I'm 13 years old and shouldn't be like this, I'm still not old enough to be able to pretend I don't feel anything. The door opens behind me, and Mom is standing there with open arms, in her pajamas and bathrobe, holding a package that I immediately guess is a book. "You're not seriously thinking of giving birth in this weather, are you?" she shouts, pulling me into an embrace. Then she looks at me with a scrutinizing air as if I were a newborn in her arms and she were trying to find some family trait, some proof that I'm definitely hers and no one else's. Is it really 13 years? Imagine, 13 years. She sighs, all misty-eyed. It's a constant source of puzzlement to her, how the years have flown since the day of my birth. Every birthday she repeats the word.